Hello there, chums. It is I, Captain Steve, and I've already got myself all of my leopard fruit, and I'm going to be doing the weekend lore 14 breakdown, so I need to go get the mission, and I see you guys up with the iteration of Tethys, I believe. I think it's Fishface this week that I need to speak to, so I'll just go grab the mission, and I'll see you guys with Tethys in a sec. Good old Fishface. Hello there, Tethys, and what have you got to say today? Traveller! Has your exosuit been operating at proper capacity? I'm going to say it has not. It's been whispering and shizzle, hasn't it? So there we are. But it's strange that he's even asking. I've been hearing strange noises from my own suit, almost like it's whispering. Exactly that. So in previous weekend missions, leading up to now, the exosuit has been bargaining for our own life with the Void, and it's also told us that we must help the Void. So yeah, it does make you wonder. An associate of mine went to Korvac space to complete analysis of our signals, but they have not returned. So when he says an associate, I'm wondering if they means Hesperus. I mean, Hesperus was doing a lot of experiments in Korvac space, trying to simulate the Void. So I think he's alluding to Hesperus. Although, if he was, Mercury actually said Hesperus by name previous week. So I don't understand why Tethys has got that sort of mental block. So maybe he's talking about a completely different traveller. I mean, let's face it, he's going to send me to another region of space in a minute to complete analysis. We can probably surmise. Will you go and find them through the portal? The knowledge stone should show their path. You see, this is a bit I don't get. See, if it was Hesperus, Hesperus told us that somebody inside the Nexus is trying to hijack the portals and the knowledge stones. Now, Jason Placer said that Tethys could be the traitor because Tethys hasn't left the actual Nexus, which is good analysis. And now you've got Tethys telling us to do the contradiction of what Hesperus has told us to do. So, I don't know whether Tethys is on about Hesperus because they don't seem to be on the same wavelength. So I'm wondering whether he's alluding to another traveller, because he's being as cryptic as Sean Murray right now, isn't he? Okay, so here we go. Oh, is that it? Okay, brilliant. Okay, well, the mission has started, Misaligned Realities. Well, let's go and find out. Let's go see. Okay, so I will see you guys down at the actual planet and down at the disturbance, and we'll be taking a look at the disturbance and trying to, well, I'll be sharing the lore with you like I always do. So I'll see you down at the disturbance site. Don't you go away. Heck yes. Well, hello there, chums. Well, I have reached the disturbance side, but at the moment it hasn't actually popped into iteration. So I'm just going to pop into camera mode. Let's see if I can force pop it. There we are. It's force popped. Lovely and jubbly. Right, okay. Now, what I think is a little bit odd about this is usually it would say the actual traveller's name. I mean, it does say iteration HK144TZ. Now, yeah, an unknown grave. The thing is when you usually interact with these graves, you usually get the traveller sort of echo appear, like a simmering silhouette. Not on this one, and we didn't on the Asterias either. So here we go. Did a traveller do this? What? Okay. There is evidence that a multi-tool was fired upon the fallen friend of Tethys. Their analysis never completed. Right. Well, if it was Hesperus, I would have thought he would have done the actual analysis. And if it is Hesperus, does this mean he's frickin' dead? And that's a little bit worrying. But I'm not 100% sure that is actually Hesperus. It's a little bit weird, and it's a little bit vague, and it's very hard to tell what the fudge is going on right there. Around the grave, corruption spreads, demanding its tribute. A mossy growth coats this gravesite. Its tiny leaves wriggled, excited when I moved my hand closer. Is this an offering? Something to aid me? And I could collect the sweetened compost, but I've got no need. I have the 90 leopard fruit, because I went to my own planet and did it. But look in the background, chums. There is definitely fauna walking about on this planet. So sometimes the fauna doesn't spawn. And if the fauna doesn't spawn, you can go into the portal and out of the portal and keep going backwards and forwards until you start seeing fauna spawn. It's a bit of a headache. Or just do what I did and go to a completely different planet. Here we go. Offer the materials. There we go. The grave is purified. I examine traces of the battle of a fallen traveller's memories. Okay, brilliant. I see faces. I see a face that is not a face. an arm raised to fire their weapon. Okay. Now, right now, I would... If the first thing that comes to my head is Null or Apollo, mainly because on the end of their arms, they actually have some sort of weaponized mechanics, and plus they don't have faces. Both of them don't really have a face of sorts, you know? But then also Ariadne. Is that really a face? I mean, yes, apparently she managed to muster a smile, but there's no orifice there to muster a smile, so I have no idea. Anyway, let's press on. I see the murderer. So we're going to find out who the traitor is. My guess would have been Null, based on that last sentence. However, I've already done this in creative mode, and I know what the next sentence is. It's Ariadne. Ariadne was the first to go missing. She went aboard the Dark Freighter, and she doesn't read... Well, when she came back, she had no recollection of stuff. I honestly think we've got a doppelganger. We've got a double. We've got one of the clones. We've got a reflection of Ariadne. So is the real Ariadne out there? Are we going to have to go save Ariadne? Is that how this is going to actually come to an end? I do not know. But next week's is the last week of this season. There is no more in the actual files of the lore. So yeah, tantalizing stuff. We're reaching the climax. We know who the traitor is. It's Ariadne. This is freaking awesome stuff. So yeah, pretty damn sweet. There's nothing to analyze there. It's pretty much black and freaking white. But then we do know that there is a traitor that's hijacked all the different portals and also the knowledge stones. Why the fudge would Ariadne hijack them to send us to this and get the freaking evidence? It doesn't make sense still. There is still that sort of bit of the puzzle. It's like, hold on, right, so if this person is hijacking them and they are the traitor, why the fudge have they just left a load of breadcrumbs for us to find that out? Surely they would have hijacked it and pointed it somewhere frickin' else this week. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of the lore that sort of contradicts itself. And I know that we've got an awesome lore writer on board, and this has been by far the best sorts of season so far. But there are some contradictions in frickin' terms which you just can't escape. Anyway, you guys have been freaking awesome. I'd like to see your comments on what you think is going to happen to the penultimate episode next week. How do you think this is going to draw to a close, chums? For me, I'm wondering whether we've got to go and find the real Ariadne and also try and locate Hesperus. But then again, we will see what happens on Wednesday of this week. Normally that's when, NPCs start reappearing. I'm hoping Hesperus isn't dead. I'm hoping this isn't his freaking grave. And I'm hoping it was just another cohort of Tethys. But there we go, chums. That's my sort of synopsis. I think we're going to have to go and find the real Ariadne, because I don't think the one that we've got up in the actual Nexus right now is legit. Yeah? Anyway, you've been freaking awesome. And I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Okay, I want to say a massive great big thank you for watching this video and my channel, hitting a like and a subscribe or adding a comment. It all helps, so thanking you. And thank you to all of my Patreon backers. Yeah, there's a tier there over on Patreon for pretty much everyone. Be sure to go check out my Patreon. All the links are in the video description. And yes, and thank you to all of my YouTube members. Thanking you. All those on screen right now are entitled to a Christmas box, which includes like 3D printed items and all sorts of other gnarly stuff. So thank you, YouTube backers. If you'd rather get something in your little palms, yeah, you can grab some merch. I have lots of merch, including mugs and t-shirts. I also do 3D printed Atlas cards on my eBay store, which you can find a link in my video description and a link there to my website where there's loads of gnarly stuff. Or you can just stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer. Hit one of these tiles, watch a little more, hit join or subscribe. See the video description for links to other shizzle by moi, heck yes.